What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to T3G. My name is Dalibor. Today is App Spotlight Day, and we are going to be talking about TeraCopy the right way this time. I'll tell you about this in a minute.
Come on.
Alright, so the reason I say the right way this time is because the first time I recorded this, my camera was right over the actual app, so the stuff I was talking about you couldn't even see, just like so. So I'm gonna move this over and actually show everything that I'm talking about this time. So in essence, this is just a fancier version of the transferring protocols inside File Explorer. You're not getting a ton of extra features, but there are some great features that I think are useful and I think are worth talking about specifically. Now I've got TeraCopy set up as my default transfer protocol inside Windows, so I can demo what it looks like if you do have that set up and what it will do when you transfer something. So let's say I want to transfer this media creation tool over to my other computer. Boom, transfers done. Just like it would inside Windows Explorer, right? No big deal. Now, the place where I think really it's going to come into play and really be useful is if you open it manually and then you have a bunch of options and things that you may not have thought of that you might want, but I feel like could be useful if you do a lot of network transferring or even transferring to different drives. First of all, you have a history. So you're going to click the history button and it's going to tell you exactly when and at what time and where from and where to transfers happen. So if you're doing a bunch of transferring and then you move a file that you weren't supposed to, but you were doing it amongst other things, in here you just go and see where everything went, and then you can check those folders. Now on top of that, I think this is the situation where really it's gonna come into play for many people. Have you ever had to move something in Windows and it's a bunch of files but they're not in sequential order, right? So you click and then you control click and say I need this one, and then you accidentally let go of control and now you unselected all the ones you selected. In this, you don't have to control click anything. You drag and drop. So I need this one, I need this one, I need this one, boom. And then I have those queued up basically. I hit copy, I hit move, whatever I need to do. And that's it, game over. Especially if you're gonna be moving a ton of large files and it's one of those like set it and forget it kind of things. You set it up and then you move on with your life. You could also do multiple locations, right? So you drop this one over here and say move this. You choose a location, you choose your option, so you could go unattended where you can overwrite files, stuff like that. And that's it. You set it, you hit start, and you're done. You can go to sleep and wake up in the morning and then you're done with all the transfers, right? And then also, especially if it's like a grab and go situation in the morning, you don't want to have to shut down your computer. Once it's done, you just tell it to shut down. That way, you can just grab and go in the morning. This is really useful if you have a laptop and you're offloading for the day, if you had a bunch of stuff that you were working on and you're transferring to your network drive. This is how you get things done without having to really spend a lot of time in the morning shutting down your computer, getting everything ready. Now, speaking of network drives, the other nice feature here is the test option. You can test where it's going to go. You could test the files, right, so that it makes sure that it can transfer them. So then when you are ready to actually transfer, you know that they'll work, right? You know that they're actually going to be where they're supposed to be and that they're actually going to work in the transfer. You're not going to wake up in the morning and then have a bunch of stuff that didn't transfer, because we've all been there. All in all, I think this is a good utility to have. Like I said, I have it set as my default, so in case I want to do anything different besides just a standard transfer, I have that ability and I don't have to go out and look for a solution. So that's going to be it for this one. Of course, link to the app down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. It's just want to make sure you guys get to the correct information. Thank you for watching. Make sure you come back next week for another app spotlight. We're going to be going through this list. You see this list here? It's an enormous list. We're going to be going through it, knocking them all out. Next week, what should we do next week? You know what? I think we're going to do Launchy. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.